Hey guys, it's Jonathan here. Welcome back to Beginner's Guide. I really don't want to call it a fail, because this is a really cool game. We're getting to experience all of these guys' games that he's created over the last few years, 2008 to 2011. We made September 2009. I'm in a lecture room, that's all I know so far. So let's get into it. I can't even move. I just have to sit here and look. Okay, I moved. This person is a better human being than I am. No one. What? Ugh. Perfection is within your grasp. No, I don't think so.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
My perspective, oh.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
You can. Can I leave? Get away from that. It follows me. Maybe if I go up into it. Can I go up to it? I can't go into it. I'm not even paying attention when I'm clicking because there's no real option. This kind of professor I would just kind of ignore. Not necessarily. Yes, I have all people will admit.
And totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully.
I will admit that there have been plenty of teachers that are just like, screw you. I didn't listen to them. Alright, so we went straight to January of 2010. Excuse me. Oh, look at this. You don't know what that is. I suppose the next part is a bit
took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Behind some of the upper is here, inside your mind. Sorry. So look at that. Hi everybody. You will be playing as me. We are a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start with leaning against this wall. Okay? Wise, happy. I've got something to say to her to learn about photographing animals professionally, and I'm gonna say, hello, sorry, I have to leave, and where's the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting, you're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. Well, those are the options you gave me. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted, and I was confident. There was a moment I was confident. It makes you feel better studying. There are a lot of people around us. You give you some props to work with. Ooh, hi. The bounce and touch them some people nearby. I'll talk to her again. Now I can touch the toys. Boing. Boing. I bet you learned to lean into the pain. You're not messing it up on purpose. You'll freak out if the conversation gets personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was to me? I'll never get another opportunity. Everything was riding on this. Well, I'm guessing you probably screwed it up. That's probably why those are options. Oh, we're going to Narnia. Whoa. Never correcting mouse was like, no, we're gonna walk to the edge of the stage. Right? Oh wait, am I supposed to go all the way back there? Well, fine then. I see how that is. Didn't want your stupid stage anyway.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution, social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what
Oh.
leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself.
Yep.
To be honest,
I told you. I'm guessing he's probably
when I first
bipolar.
played this, it looks to me like
I'm not trying to like
justify
over justify that. I know some people who are.
and that
Yeah,
wasn't
it
what I
sounds
wanted
kind of
for
familiar to
him
me.
because I feel like
Just to see the translation, the transition.
to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
And my leg is like constantly going to sleep on me. Alright, so we went from January to June. You said it took him 5 months to make it. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. How can I play it if my eyes are closed? What's going on? Please, someone talk to me. No, I have no idea where you are. Am I gonna be killed by a giant door? Yeah, we're gonna be killed by a giant door. What?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Yeah, it is for me. Then you go to the door, to the wall. I don't understand how I'm supposed to really fix it. How come I didn't get that same speech option as before? Do I have to go upstairs to get it? Like if I was following directions, like, no, I'm gonna die just because I got stuck. Oh wow.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It
Oh
was
my
that kind of thing.
gosh.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to go find this Coda guy and give him a hug, like a serious one. Like, dude, it's gonna be alright. I mean, I may not feel that way, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody. Like, if you shut yourself in, nobody can help you if we don't know what's going on. I hate when people go through stuff like that. It's just like, it's not fair. I'm gonna end up crying if this conversation continues.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes, players. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. Keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
This pains me to see he's he went through this.
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Am I supposed to try to do it now? The door's still closed. Sorry, my bad. You have to open the door. I didn't know I was supposed to go in it. I thought, like, we were, supposed to, like, I thought it was like we were gonna go in it or something.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
But it doesn't work that way. God, the sound. Do you hear it? Crying.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Yeah, it definitely
Watching him do
seems
these
that
things,
way.
and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video games are not worth a
No,
piece
it's
of my
not.
suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Between the narrator and the sounds.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten.
Oh,
I
God.
needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
I don't know if I can take another one of Coda's games. I was actually about to start crying. I'm gonna stop for a minute because I don't know how long I've been recording. Catch my breath and try not to cry. This is hard to watch. That somebody went through all of this. That this is the emotions and what they're like. Because it started off so awesome that you're seeing all of his ideas, but to see that his ideas have turned so awful on him, that he feels the need to create something and nothing else, to create something to show how upset he is about creating things, about how hard it is. Oh. Alright. I'm Dr. Sunshine. Thanks for joining me. Remember to make a return appointment on the way out the door. Please come back and finish watching this.